had a nice hit out, and as you say, important to have a look around down the straight.
He's not normally a great worker or doesn't show much on the track until race day.
Yeah, look, he very rarely trials well or jumps out well. I think he might have won one in his life, but no, look, quite happy the way he went.
Probably going to take good positives out of what you saw then this morning, given what you say.
Yeah, look, I hadn't had a chance to have a yarn to Craig, so that'll be pretty important to see what he thinks. But yeah, look, pretty happy the way it went.
Preparation's been a bit muddly, hasn't it, with your famous Queensland weather?
Yeah, it's incredible. You've got to come to Melbourne to get sunshine. I was driving home yesterday, and on every number plate in Queensland it says the Sunshine State. Yeah, look, he's had an awkward preparation. We were really trying to come to the Oakley plate. We took him to, floated him down to Sydney, and sure enough, they got 40 mils at Rosehill and at 59, so he just came down for a float trip, and we took him home. And look, he won quite well the other day. He didn't beat any world beaters, but he put him away quite well. And in saying that, I think one of the horses won the Healy Stakes, but we were pretty happy with the way he went. So, you know, it's $1 million race. So, and he's worth a bit of money now, but he's worth a lot more if he can win a Group 1.
Can he? I mean, is he up to this task? It's a handicap, and you get in with the light handicap.
Yeah, look, that was the thing that persuaded us to come, was the 50.5 kilos, you know. Look, even if he could run in the top 5, he'd be certainly on track for a promising horse. He's run good time in Sydney when he won. You know, they all said there was a tailwind, but it's probably not the first time they've had a tailwind at Randwick. Those horses that he beat performed well, ran second in the Coolmore, and I think the one that ran third ran second on Oaks Day. So the form around him's all right, but you know, how do you know until you try?
Yeah, well, also the positive is Craig Williams is there to ride for you. How did that come about?
Yeah, look, I spoke to Craig. He's, you know what Craig's like, does his form pretty well. I've been talking to him off and on since the Magic Million, and he was always sort of committed to Hortensia, and then he sort of got on her because I didn't think she was starting. But yeah, look, Craig rode run for me in the Magic Million last year, and you know how professional he is, and I really love that about him. My filly that he rode wasn't going all that well just prior to that, but he's stuck, and once he's committed, he's on, you know. But probably the best thing about my horse, we haven't sort of botted him out yet, and hopefully we don't yet, but you know, that's probably the upside to him.
It's going to be a firm track here Saturday. Yeah, it's been hot weather, conditions will be hot all the way through. I mean, is that the best ground for Better Than Ready?
Well, it was firm in Sydney that day, but he's very adaptable on the wet track too. He's won on a slow track, so look, it doesn't worry.
Racing pattern, does that matter to him much? It's a straight race, but what would be the ideal scenario for him on Saturday?
I'd probably leave that up to Craig, but I mean, look, he's got speed. If you want him to jam him early, he's got speed, but the day that he led, he got a bit run down, and I think he's better off the speed, but look, he's got good speed if you want to put him there.
Is he as good a horse as you've worked with, Kelly?
Oh, look, I had a big opinion of a horse called Inside Edge. You'd probably remember him. Won a Group 1 with Nova Star, but potentially is, but he's still got to get there yet.
Yeah, well, Saturday's a good stage to do that on, isn't it?
It's a good way to find out.
I suppose you've watched plenty of new markets over the years. Much better being involved, isn't it?
Yeah, it's certainly exciting to be here, and it's just an incredible place for Wellington. But yeah, no, it should be good.
Must be tough back home, given the conditions. Just preparing your horses. You've got a big team there at Eagle Farm. Yeah,
it's been quite incredible. You know, like we would have had 8 or 10 inches on the weekend, and we'll probably have a heavy track tomorrow. We would have lost 5 or 6 meetings in the last 10 days. You know. And haven't been able to jump out or trial, and they're starting to back up. But Queensland Racing have been pretty good. They're putting races on. I think they've moved Ipswich to Toowoomba tonight. But yeah, we're doing the best we can.
And with this horse, I mean, you had to sort of juggle things around with him. I mean, is he going to be 100% fit, or could you have done anything different with him to get him right for the new market?
No. As it's turned out, he's ended up with a good preparation for this. As I say, we were going to go to the Oakley Plate, but he's had ended up having a good preparation for a race like this. He's had 2 runs back. Probably his 3rd or 4th run should be his peak run. So no, I don't think I'll be able to blame any hindrance from a preparation point of view.
Well, best of luck for the week, Kelly, and good to see you.
Thank you.